Hello, I'm EarsOfJustice, and today I'm gonna be looking at the Wrestler Observer's newsletter on worst feuds of worst feuds of the year, and mostly I'm gonna be talking about 2001 and on, because it's all WWE. Every single one is WWE. And I mean, I get it that it's probably because it's the most viewed, but I mean, you'd think there'd be a TNA one in there. I mean, there's some pretty bad feuds in the list, but there's some I don't mind, so I'll put my opinion on that. But first, I'm gonna go and look at some of the older ones and some that stick in my head that I actually know, because some of them I don't know. But anyways, let's get started. So, first, I'll go with the first one on the list, 1984, Andre the Giant versus Big John Studd. I mean, I don't really see much into the feud, and I don't know the whole story on it. I know WWE talks about it all the time, not all the time, but it's a topic for WWE. So must not have, or they don't. I guess they only mentioned the WrestleMania match, so I guess it doesn't necessarily much. And it was kind of stupid. Anyways, let's go on here. I'm gonna skip some years here. And just go right. Like I said, I'm just gonna skip most of this because I don't know a lot of it. But let's go with Big Boss Man versus The Big Show. Another one that's even a lot. And yeah, it's bad, but it's the room bad. It's very entertaining in a sick way. And it's probably anything with Big Boss Man is the attitude at its worst, which I mean, at first view you don't think that, but when you like really look at it, it's not too pretty. It's just not. And then I'll go with, I watched the Hulk Hogan versus Billy Kidman match. Anything with Hulk Hogan usually isn't that good. I mean, Hulk Hogan is just a person that's very popular. That's about it, for many reasons nowadays. But yeah. Anyways, let's start with the obvious one. WWF versus the Alliance. That 100% deserved the worst feud of the year. The storyline was all over. It gave us some good matches, but it, for the most part, ruined a lot of wrestlers' careers, and I believe it stunted a lot of careers for the fact that, like, I feel like they could, if they didn't do this feud and they just brought WCW guys in and just said, we got a whole bunch of new talent coming in, and just made it more of a competition, not with like the wrestlers, just like say there's a lot more people, so there's, at first there might be a lot of more like matches, and maybe eventually have people just trying to get them out of the thing. But yeah, if you can't afford like the big guys, who cares? I mean, it was just but it was topped with the Triple H vs. Kane feud. Another iconic but very shitty one with Katie Big Story. And poor Kane. Kane's on this list 7 times, by the way. Kane, a lot of people love Kane. Not as much nowadays for obvious reasons, with 7 times on a bad feud list. But he does what he's given. And I mean, some of his rivalries could also be on there, but I also find a lot of entertainment in some of these. Triple H and Kane, I don't. It was just disturbing and stupid and a pointless rivalry. Another burial for Triple H. Nothing really special there. Anyways, let's go on to Kane versus Shane McMahon. Now, Kane versus Shane McMahon in 2003, I enjoyed. I mean, Shane, it's always, Shane is like the average guy in wrestling skill, but he gives it all, and that's the thing. Tasering the balls is disturbing, yeah, but you can't say you weren't entertained during that, or I can't at least. So then it's just right in a row. We got Turkey now with 2004 Kane versus Matt Hardy versus Nita. Yeah, Kane fucking Nita. Yeah, it's a little disturbing, I'll tell ya. There's like no nice way to say it. This wasn't like, imagine not so long later that there would be a PG era, which he'd still be doing bad feuds in. But like, I think when 2000 hit for Kane, it was just like, well, the best part of my career is over with, and just went kind of downhill. I mean, he had a good run with the Big Show, but that's pretty much it. I mean, like, I find something about it entertaining, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, don't watch that feud. Like, I remember watching the wedding live. I was awkward as fuck. Just don't. Cringe fest. That's what that was. Speaking of cringe fest, 2005, Mr. McMahon family versus Jim Ross. Jim Ross, poor Jim Ross. One of, if not the greatest commentator ever in WWE's history, or in wrestling history in general. He's just gets shit on, and it's nuts. And McMahon family rolls on with another one. I mean, this right here is why they shouldn't get into wrestling. I mean, they're doing okay now because they're not full boat in, and I didn't even mind Shane versus AJ. I thought it was a decent match. But anyways, McMahon family versus D-Generation X. I don't think this should be worst feud of the year. I think that it was kind of shit, literally with shit, porn, but it gave us Dolph Ziggler, or was it Nikki? And it gave us yeah, that's about it. Well, it gave us DX back, and yeah, it was more childish, but there was still some funny moments in my childhood, and I was a big fan of DX back when I was a kid. And at the end, that's all it is about. Anyways, I think we haven't talked about Kane enough, so let's go back with Big Daddy V. I'm surprised Viscera, or Mabel, or Big Daddy V, whatever you want to call him, is not on this list more, or like one more. Like, why is it Mabel versus Kevin Nash? Was that even a feud, or would that be a match? I don't know, it was all crap though, I'll tell you that. And Kane versus Rey Mysterio, which was just, it's pretty bland in my head. Like, I didn't remember it too much. I don't think it deserves the worst feud, but definitely not. Another one that you might be surprised, I don't think, is 2009's Hornswoggle versus Chavo Guerrero. Hornswoggle versus Chavo Guerrero, yeah, it wasn't the best, and it was just making Chavo look like an idiot. And this is why Chavo is so underrated, because he was okay with making himself look stupid, which is fine. I mean, but people say that, but that's just because they did it wrong. Like, if they made him maybe not exactly like Kurt Angle, but you know, said he can wrestle and he can look like an idiot, that'd be great. I mean, not all jocks have to be like amateur wrestlers or tough, actual legit tough guys. Talking to you, like you said. But yeah, so the matches and stuff, they're harmless. They're just little comedy matches. They weren't that funny, but I mean, and I do hate how people disrespect Hornswoggle. I think Hornswoggle is a great, not great, yeah, a great worker. He'll do whatever. He loves to jump off and that's what you need in wrestling, is someone who's willing to do things, and he was. So as a performer, as a wrestler, he succeeded, and I don't care what anyone else says about Hornswoggle or Chavo, but yeah. Anyways, let's go with an awkward feud with a guy I don't think I mentioned, Kane. I don't think if I mentioned him at all yet, versus Edge. Yeah, this feud was kind of awkward. It had good moments, but that's because Edge was in it. And Edge, I don't think I've had a feud where I absolutely hated it when it had Edge in it. There might be one I'm missing, but not one I can think of. And yeah, the awkward thing with the Paul Bearer stuff. And yeah, but it was okay. Anyways, let's go to a match that if it happened 10 years ago, or a feud that happened 10 years ago, well, not exactly how it happened, but if they had a feud, it wouldn't be too bad. In 2011, Triple H versus Kevin Nash. Yeah. So just Kevin Nash wasn't really a wrestler anymore. I mean, he was pretty beaten, so nothing really happened there. Yeah, it was a pretty bad feud. Anyways, let's go to, we're getting close to the end of the whole list. So the next one, 2012, John Cena versus Kane. Yeah. It's more like Zack Ryder, right? It's more Zack Ryder versus, like, yeah, this was the painful stab in the heart of his career until he slowly started to get back up, and now he broke. He's broke. But, yeah. And it was just an awkward fest. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. Let's go to 2013 with Big Show vs. Authority. Yeah, it was horrible. It was awful. But the one good thing about it is the fact that you get to see the Authority, or not Authority, the Big Show cry. Yeah, this makes me sound like a horrible person, but Big Show's face, like him crying, is the best thing to me because it's so ridiculous and horrible. And it just made Big Show's imaginary character, because he doesn't have a character. He plays like 500 characters. If he beats Mick Foley in personifications, like the people he plays, he has the same name. I mean, Paul White and the Giant, of course, but essentially they're all different characters. So yeah, let's go to 2014 with Brie versus Nikki Bella. Worst feud of the year? Was it bad? Yes. Was it that bad? No way. I mean, I found some parts of it entertaining. I mean, yeah, it was pee break moment, but I think the way they did the feud is better than most best friend or tag team relations that usually happen, which I'll explain later on the list was one of the worst. But like Matt and Jeff usually have some pretty bad feuds. I mean, in the WWE, they've had great feuds out of it. Broken Matt Hardy. Yeah. So then, yeah, I guess this was the year of hating Bellas, or the era of hating Bellas. The 2015 also has Team Bella, but yeah, it has Alicia Fox, so it's already understandable. Versus Team Bad versus Team Peace and PCB. I think they could have worked women tag teams the right way if they had a title. Like, if you don't even have to have them defend it all the time. Like, make the women's title the main title and have like the tag titles defended on like a brand, like, or on like the main roster, or like during the SmackDown or Raw. Because first of all, you got titles, you can show who's aligned with who at that time, and it'll just help improve that. And then you can bring in women tag teams, which would be great, like WWE women tag teams, so they can come in and try to win as well. And then they could also try to win singles titles as having managers, which I think would have been great if WWE did that with like normal tag teams. I mean, I think anyone from the New Day could be a world champion. I think that Dash Wilder or Scott Dawson could be great world champions. I think Chad Gable or Jason Jordan could be great world champions. There's just so many guys that if they went with world titles and were still a tag team, it could be an elite situation. You don't need to take people away from each other. I mean, just because the guy's a world champion doesn't mean that he can't have friendly competition with the guy or go for the mid-card title. Or you can just be happy having the tag title. But don't do it while they're champions. If you're going to have them break up, have them not have any titles. But anyways, let's go to the last one. This last year, 2016, Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. I was so mad that it was this bad. It could have been a lot better. Let's just say that. I mean, Titus O'Neil, great worker. Darren Young could have a great career. He could have a great character if they didn't give him such shitty gimmicks. Like, he's a funny guy, he's entertaining. He could definitely become a big superstar. I mean, he might have a chance to ever bring him back as a single superstar to win a mid-card title, but I even doubt that. I think we won't be seeing much of Darren Young or Titus O'Neil for that factor. So, yeah, that was the Wrestling Observer list. I hope you enjoyed this video and what I thought on some of the names on this list. And I hope if you really enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate getting that like and that subscribe and all that good shit. So, have a good day. See you later.